Hello guys, I hope you're doing very well and welcome to today's workshop. Alright guys, so the first thing that you want to do for this week's workshop is you want to go through the pictures that you took in the previous, in our last class, and you want to go through your sets, and by that I mean a picture with an object without the glass and the object with the glass. And you want to choose a set in which the difference in the two objects is the greater, in the ones that the difference is more visible. So within my sets, the picture of this jar without the glass and with the glass was the set in which the difference was more visible. So I went ahead and I printed this set out, and you should do the same, okay? So to continue the workshop, let's see what we're going to do next. Okay guys, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to tape your printouts to a window, just like I have them here, okay? That's step one. Step two is you're going to get a couple of pieces of blank white paper and you're going to tape them on top of your printouts. It may be a little difficult to see, but here we have the printout and on top of it we have a piece of paper. Alright, now we're going to draw the outlines of each of the objects with two different colors. In this case, I have a gold Sharpie and I have a black Sharpie, but you can use any color or any marker that you may have at hand. Alright guys, I just drew the outline for my first drawing and it looks like this. I'm going to do the second one. Alright, I just did the outline for my second picture, so let's bring them down and let's see how they look. Alright guys, so here are my first outlines from the first two pictures. So what we're going to do now is we're gonna cut out the outlines, and then that will help us visualize the differences between these two shapes, okay? So let's go ahead. Alright guys, here you go. So this will allow us to see really how different these two figures are. Look at that. Wow. You see the one at the one behind is a little bit wider. You can see from the top to the ears of the jar and the whole body how the one with the glass tends to be a little wider, at least in this example with the wine glass that I used. And clearly this one is way shorter while this one is way taller. Pretty cool. This is my second example with the pictures that I took a week ago. Alright, so for this one I'm going to do something a little different. So the first thing is we're going to cut them just like the previous ones, and after we cut them we're going to do something completely different. Alright guys, so I just cut the larger figure from one of the drawings, and then I was left with this silhouette of that shape and the piece of paper. And something that you can do while you work is try to have some fun while trying to put the other drawing inside that hollow shape or that silhouette figure. And so you'll see that the space in between the two shapes is the difference in between those two. So as you can see, the first one, not only in this example, was a little wider, it was also way taller and thinner than the second one, which is this one. So you can do that just to see the difference. That's a way of visualizing the differences between the two depictions. Let's continue. Alright guys, so I have the two shapes, the two cutouts from the last example, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to color each of the figures, each of the shapes with their respective color. So this one will be gold, and this one will be black. I'm going to do that right now. Where are my markers? Can't find my markers. Reuse! Make sure you have a piece of paper behind your cutout, so when you go outside of the outline, you don't ruin the table that you're working on.
People hate the sound. I don't mind it. It's alright. I'm not sure if I love gold. I love silver. Silver is my favorite color. Silver and black. Can't go wrong with that.
Alright guys, these are my two examples for this week's workshop. And in your case, you can decide whether to do it with the outline or whether to do it with the filling out of the shapes of the figures. So you can have either just the shapes on the outline, or if you think that it's easier for you to visualize the difference with the filling out of the shapes, you can do them this way too. Just make sure that they are cut out and that we can actually see the difference between them. So that's it, guys. I think that's it for this week's workshop. Decide whether to go with one of these and then send a picture of both drawings next to each other, so we can actually see the difference between them. My advice is that you start with a set of pictures in which the difference between the two objects is very visible. It's very apparent, like you could actually see the difference between them, so that both depictions show that difference as well. And if your glass does not produce the same effect that mine did, which is that it makes the object shorter and wider, it's okay. Different glasses produce different effects, so the idea behind this exercise is to simply manipulate or control that first shape in any way. So don't worry about that, and just try to find a couple of pictures that are very different in the shaping of the object, in the depiction of the object. All right, guys, try to have fun. If you have any questions, let me know, send me an email, and I'll see you next week. Have fun. See you later.